Today we're going to hit two of the biggest challenges that anglers face, bass anglers in particular. One is the swimming pool, okay, and that is a body of water that essentially has no cover in it. It's really helpful to have cover for you to fish to, as well as for a fish to feed off of. As a double whammy, we're doing it in the middle of the day on a brilliant blue day with bright sun. A lot of anglers are under the impression that post-frontal, brilliant blue, and the fish just shut down. In a lot of the fishing that I've done, the fish are definitely more exposed and they're definitely warier, but they are up and feeding. And I proved it to myself many times over the years in my fishing and in my underwater video. And I actually have cameras in right now. The bass are still cruising, they're still feeding, willing to feed. Under brilliant blue skies, there are some added challenges for bass. Prey is never easy to catch, but under brilliant blue skies, the advantage goes to the prey because they can see the bass coming. The biggest challenge lies in presentation. Visibility for those fish is at an all-time high. That's clear enough for bass to see a lot wrong with your presentations and with your presence. Under bright sun like this, when they're exposed to predators themselves, they are much more circumspect. They're much easier to spook. The same stimulus that might result in a strike will send them bolting on a day like today. And they don't trust anything. Say we throw a lure out into the water. In very motivational circumstances, deep clouds, wind-ruffled surface, the bass see something moving and they immediately think food. The complete opposite happens on a day like today. You throw a lure over their heads, or the line lands on the water, anything out of place does not instill curiosity or motivation. It does just the opposite, and they freak out and they bolt. Getting a lure to the fish without spooking them, it's a real challenge on a day like today. That's one of the reasons we downsize, and that means complete tackle. So we'll be fishing here shortly, and I'll show you what I'm going to use. Hopefully, it's a darn difficult thing to do, but hopefully I can prove to you that bass are actually feeding on a day like today. So that's kind of the scoop. Let's fish. Okay, a quick look at the tackle we're going to use. In circumstances like this is public fishing water, high water clarity, high visibility, very little cover. We're looking at Finesse gear. The lines end up being critical, and that's why we're really at the very lightest end of the bass fishing spectrum. I have an ultralight spinning rod with 4-pound monofilament on it. I've got a medium to medium light spinning rod with 10-pound braid and 6-pound leader. And then I've got a medium spinning rod with 15-pound braid and an 8-pound leader. What braid offers is it lands like cotton thread on the water. I'm going to start with a drop shot. It's a straight tail, 6-inch slim plastic worm in a translucent color. Under bright conditions, I've pretty much convinced myself that translucent colors obscure the bait a little more and produce fewer negative cues. The nice thing about drop shot is it will stay in place. Horizontal retrieves are more apt to put fish off on days like this. If not spook them outright. Okay, another aspect is when you're dealing with super paranoid fish under these kinds of conditions, is stealth, and your approach matters. I start well back away from the shoreline. Bass can often be right up close to the shoreline. I just don't go stomping up. I don't do that in general anyway, but under high visibility conditions, the bass are particularly paranoid, and it's so easy to spook them. So I start by fishing back away from the shoreline, and I'll work my way up. Because there's no cover in this pond, the quickest way to assess this is to look at shoreline cover. That's what they're making use of, but it's not just in the water cover, it's the trees on the shoreline. There's one. There we go. Whoa, I'm locked down there. Got an overhead wire here. Zippy little fish. One reason not to have a long drop shot rod. Come on, hon. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty fish. All right. There's one. Oh yeah. There we are. Another long, thin fish. Yeah, he's got some food in him. All right. There you go. There. There's one. Not a big one, but it's a bass. Better keep him up out of this stuff. All right. Yeah, on the thin side too. Little tiny head on it too, so that's actually a good sign. There's a bass almost under my rod tip. You just saw my hand movement. Go ahead, continue. There, he's looking at the worm. He just took it. Oh, he bit it and dropped it. That was a sampling bite and a rejection. Oh, there's that same bass again. You're gonna nose down on it. Got him. You did take it. Now I gotta get him over this line here. Guess I better step in. Whoa. All right, come on over. Come on over. There we are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty sure that's the same fish. About 15 inches worth. All right. Pretty fish. Beautiful, bronzy fish. They're all in pretty good shape for the most part. They've got bellies on them. With all the water level dropping and the vegetation or the algae dying back, and the shoreline cover being exposed, these fish are getting fed. So that's part of the fall feeding binge. Is that prey becomes more exposed as vegetation and dies back and the habitat consolidates because of dropping water levels. This place had no vegetation to begin with, nothing to die back except for the algae, which was relatively thick in places along the shore, which made some matting. And then as the water level dropped, it's exposed more of the shoreline. And there's noticeably fewer young of the year fish now. There's a good bass in front of me, cast way out beyond. Two of them. Oh, it's the big one. It's one of those big ones. Whoops, slow down, Paul. And we've got an intercept course. Both big ones. Oh, she just... I blew it. You gotta wait till you feel them, Paul. I saw her gills flare. Whether she took it or she yawned, I don't know. There's somebody. Whoa, a bite and a drop. That's what it was. Dunk. Oh, there's another one. Come on. You can eat it. Got her. Got somebody. Not a big one. Sometimes when one shows, oh, there she goes. Sometimes when one shows interest, sometimes that's enough to egg another one on. There's a trigger right there. There's somebody. Just got tugged. There we go. I gave him time that time. All right, we'll take you in here then. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out of there, get out of there. You saw. Oh, man. Now you're going to fight. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh. Hiya, honey. I didn't bring my hemostats. That's a little tiny bit deep, but safe spot. That was easy enough. All right. Well, I just spooked the bass out. Darn it. Oh, there. A bass just shot out from under my feet. There's ooh, just spooked some dudes. Line landing on them. Okay. Nope. Huh. My cast spooked, now my carp. It spooked the bass Oh, and I just spooked a bass out from the wood. Oops, darn, I just spooked one. I just spooked a bunch of bass, including a nice one. Yeah, there's a good one right in front of me. Can I throw far enough? I spooked him. I didn't throw far enough. That splash spooked him. Oh, I just moved a big bass out. Whoa, there's a boil right there. That lure flying through the air. That 6-inch super slim straight tail worm on 10-pound braid and 6-pound mono spooked that fish.